New Hello Preparatory, Year 3, Term 2, by Joe Cummins, Matthew Hancock, Barbara Mackay, Cheryl Pelteray and Julie Penn. Published by and copyright Egyptian International Publishing Company, Longman. Students' Book, Unit 7, Quiz. Match the habitats with the animals. Listen and check. 1.
Orangutans live in rainforests and spend nearly their entire lives in trees.
2.
Sea turtles rarely leave the ocean, except to lay eggs in the sand.
3.
The polar bear is one of the few animals that can live in a polar habitat.
4.
Caracals live in grasslands because they like to hide in the long grass.
5.
Frogs are wetland animals that are able to live on land as well as in water.
1.
Orangutans live in rainforests and spend nearly their entire lives in trees.
2.
Sea turtles rarely leave the ocean, except to lay eggs in the sand.
3.
The polar bear is one of the few animals that can live in a polar habitat.
4.
Caracals live in grasslands because they like to hide in the long grass.
5.
Frogs are wetland animals that are able to live on land as well as in water.
Students' Book, Unit 7, Lesson 1, Exercise 1. Listen to a talk about habitats. Which of the habitats from page 2 does the speaker talk about?
There are many different habitats around the world. Coastal habitats are along the coast of the sea. Some animals that live in the sea, such as the sea turtle, will visit land for egg-laying. Grasslands are usually found in the centre of large areas of land, between mountains and deserts. This is the natural habitat of animals such as the caracal, which likes to hide in the long grass. Grasslands are found all over the world. Warm, wet habitats that get the most rain are called rainforests. Trees grow very tall here so that they can get sunlight. More than half of the world's animals live in the rainforest, including the orangutan. A wetland is a place where the land is often covered by water, for example, the Nile Delta. Wetland animals like frogs are able to live on land as well as in water. The top and bottom of the earth are covered by ice. These areas are known as polar habitats. The polar bear is one of the few animals that can live in the cold temperatures there.
Students' Book, Unit 7, Lesson 2, Exercise 5. Listen to Randa and Nihal discussing a natural wonder of Egypt. Why is it a good idea to ask local people to take you to Wadil Weshwesi on a day trip?
Which place do you think should be on the list of Egypt's natural wonders, Nihal?
I would choose Wadil Weshwesi.
Wadil Weshwesi? Where's that?
It's on the way to South Sinai, just 15 kilometres away from Nuweiba. It's in the mountains of South Sinai.
I see. That's a long way away. What kind of place is it?
There are areas of water called springs there. They make small lakes high in the mountains. They are known as the Green Springs.
I've never heard of this amazing place. Can you swim there?
Oh yes, Randa. It's a wonderful place for swimming. It's mostly visited by the local Bedouin people who live near there. In fact, Wadil Weshweshi is looked after by them. You can ask local tour guides to take you there on a day trip. Otherwise, it's really difficult to get to. But I think that's why it's such a special place.
Students' Book, Unit 7, Lesson 3, Exercise 6. Listen and choose the correct answer.
A list of the new 7 wonders of the world was made in 2007. The city of Petra in Jordan was named as one of them. The Taj Mahal in India is also in the list. This beautiful monument was built by Shah Jahan to remember his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Another new wonder of the world is the Great Wall of China. Not many people know that the wall was built with an unusual ingredient: rice.
Unit 7, Lesson 5, Exercise 2. Listen again and put the expressions in the order that you hear them.
I like the way the writer uses personification to describe the horses.
Personification? I'm sorry, but I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that.
I mean that she makes the horses sound like people.
Could you give me an example?
Yes. For example, the writer calls the horses I or she, not it, and she talks about the horses' feelings. I think the writer is trying to make you feel that you and the horses are not very different species.
When you say not very different species, do you mean the writer thinks that people and horses are the same?
Yes, humans and horses are on the same level. Do you see what I mean?
No, I'm still confused. Could you say that another way?
Okay. I feel that personification makes us understand the horses better. We can all feel happy or sad.
Ah, I see. I understand that now.
Students' Book, Unit 8, Lesson 1, Exercise 1. Listen to the radio program. Which of the environmental problems on page 12 will this project help to stop?
In the cities of Cairo, Giza and Fayoum, there is a project that is teaching people about climate change and how to help the environment by recycling rubbish. Over 400 women volunteers visit houses in these cities every week. The volunteers ask people to put their rubbish into 3 different bins, for plastic, paper and metal. When the volunteers come back a week later, they pay the families money for the rubbish they have collected. Then they take away the rubbish for recycling. If families collect their paper, plastic and metal, we will pay them for it, says Dahlia. Then we can take away the rubbish and recycle it. It's a great solution to a big problem, because the family gets some money and we help the environment.
Students' Book, Unit 8, Lesson 3, Exercise 1. Listen to Dalida and Sharifa talking, then choose the correct answer.
I want to print an article from the internet, but the printer is broken.
Really? What's wrong, Dalida? Let me look. No, the printer isn't broken. It needs a new printer cartridge.
Of course. You're right, Sharifa. I think there's a new one in the cupboard.
What are you going to do with the old one?
I'll throw it away. I always throw them away.
You can't throw it away.
Why not?
That is very bad for the environment. Ink from the printer cartridge can get into rivers and the sea. The ink kills fish and other sea animals. It's really terrible. You must recycle it.
Oh no, I didn't know that. That sounds horrible.
Look, there's an address on the box. If we send the printer cartridge to that address, they will recycle it.
Okay, let's do that. What happens to all the printer cartridges at school?
I don't know. I think they're thrown away.
Well, why don't we start a recycling project?
That's a great idea.
Lesson 5, Exercise 1. Listen to Zied's speech. What is it about?
Today, I'm going to talk about what we can do to help the environment. I'd like to start by saying that we should all use less energy. For example, turn off the TV and computer at night. Remember to turn off the lights when you leave a room. And we should all use the stairs and not the lift. This saves energy and keeps us fit and healthy. In the next part of my speech, I'd like to talk about water. We need to save water, so please turn off the tap when you brush your teeth. And when you water your plants, use your washing up water. And please, stop buying water in plastic bottles. Buy a glass water bottle that you can use again. This saves plastic waste. And it's really important to recycle as much as possible. Recycle your plastic, glass and paper at home. And why not start a recycling project at school? I'd like to finish by saying we can all help the environment. We need to understand that the environment is our home, and it is important that we respect it.